So approaching the boxing ring ahead of this 92-kilogram heavyweight semi-final. Abbes Mouhiidine, the reigning European Championship gold medalist, and a man who is looking to return to the gold medal bout on the World Championship stage, having been bested by the legendary Julio Cesar La Cruz in Belgrade 2020.
Bring on his opponent to the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, representing Armenia, it's Narek Manasyan.
His opponent is Narek Manasyan from Armenia, man from the Armenian capital of Yerevan, facing off against the man who eliminated him from the 2021 edition of the IBA World Boxing Championships, and that came in the first preliminary round. So this a rematch between boxers who know one another very well indeed.
Of section number 20 here at your IBA Men's World Boxing Championships semifinals. This is bout 500, scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in elite men's 92 kg heavyweight division. Your 5 judges being representing the entire ringside from Argentina, Morocco, India, Australia, and Spain. And when the action begins, your referee in the center of the ring by the bell, representing the IBA by way of Estonia, with referee Jakov Pettersson.
So Jakov Pettersson of Estonia is our referee. And our final bout of this 20th session of semi-final boxing is underway. This 92-kilogram heavyweight semi-final between boxers from Italy and Armenia. The southpaw wearing red, who is darting around the ring in customary fashion, is the fleet-footed Italian boxer Abbes Mouhiidine, reigning World Championship silver medalist and reigning European Championship, winning World Championship silver medalist, reigning European gold medalist from the edition in Yerevan, Armenia last year. His opponent, Narek Manasyan, took bronze in that edition, losing in the other half of the draw at the semi-final at 92 kilograms. And this a rematch on the global stage between boxers who met in the first preliminary round of the 2021 World Championships in Belgrade at the Stark Arena. So Mouhiidine has grown tremendously since that silver medal finish at the hands of Julio Cesar La Cruz in Belgrade. In his most recent tournament in Marrakesh in Morocco, he bested Julio Cesar La Cruz in the final, and that was a magnificent run to multi-nations gold at the Mohammed VI Trophy in Marrakesh. Beautiful trip hammer right jab, then spinning off the line, followed by left uppercuts dug in from distance by Mouhiidine. Really is a difficult man to pin down, and if he gets his nose in front early, that task can be made all the more difficult. Sharp shooting southpaw left off the back foot, blocked by the gloves of Manasyan. Manasyan continuing to plow his way forwards, trying to close the gap and get to grips with the non-stop movement of the man in red. Spinning off the line and just scoring with check right hands as he does so is Mouhiidine. Nice left uppercut with the final shot of a two-punch combination from Mouhiidine. Left hook not too far away from Manasyan. So closing seconds of the opening round. Unless Manasyan does something dramatic, for my mind, it has been a clear round for Mouhiidine. And again, his energy levels are immense. Simply doesn't stop moving, doesn't hold his feet for more than a second, unless he chooses to, of course. but the tournament number 3 seed flowing absolutely wonderfully during the course of that opening 3 minutes. So some of the action from that opening round. See the distance that exists between the two, which is an obstacle that Manasyan has to overcome. So 3 minutes in the book, and all 5 scoring judges preferring the work of Abbes Mouhiidine.
And we're seconds out. This is round number 2.
So into the second round we go, and letting his hands go while the sound of the bell was still reverberating around the Humo Arena. Is Abbes Mouhiidine of Italy, who has taken the first round unanimously. Good right hand dug into the body by Manasyan. Tournament number 7 seed, who had a terrific performance to eliminate the tournament number 2 seed, Emmanuel Reyes-Pla of Spain, at the quarter-final stage. Still talking to from our referee in the direction of Mouhiidine. And why that's such a significant victory is not just a victory of a man seated 5 places higher than Manasyan, but just as we talked about the improvement that Mouhiidine demonstrated, overturning his defeat in the World Championship final to prevail against Julio Cesar La Cruz when they met more recently earlier this year. Well, so too Manasyan bested the man at the quarterfinal stage here, the man who beat him at the semi-finals of the aforementioned 2022 European Championships. And that is the wonderful thing about IBA boxing, the multi-nations tournaments that are staged all around the world. Sees these boxers meet on a regular basis. They're in training camps. Good right hand landed by Manasyan. And of course, all of the boxers filmed in glorious, all of the matches filmed in glorious 4K. Terrific exchange. Mouhiidine having success with bent-arm punches, but Manasyan landing effectively as well. And you just get the sense that Manasyan is having more success getting closer. But now, looking to use his quick twitch advantage is Mouhiidine. And again, holding his feet to dig in punches before getting back up on his toes and dancing around the perimeter of the boxing ring. Left hook landed during that coming together, but the greater volume and indeed variety of punches landed by the man in red in response to the single shot success enjoyed by Manasyan. So 2.5 minutes gone in this second round. Both boxers were reluctant to heed the command of break. He's continuing to try to close down the gap between himself and Mouhiidine is Manasyan, and to his credit he has quickened his feet, but chasing shadows for that portion of the round because Mouhidine's movement is remaining beautiful, enjoying himself as he spins off the line. Check hooks and uppercuts being landed without reply, but Manasyan continuing to press, and a solid shot landed on the bell, but Mouhiidine with another very good display over the course of that 3-minute frame. Some of the action from the second round. Solid single landed by Manasyan. He did have success with occasional singles as he turned up the tempo by quickening his feet, but he wasn't able to outscore the combination successes of Aziz Abbes Mouhiidine of Italy. 2 rounds completed, both of them taken unanimously by Mouhiidine, just 3 minutes away from returning to the gold medal bout for the 2nd consecutive World Championships.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your 3rd and final round.
So into the final round we go, and Narek Manasyan of Armenia has got to give it everything that he has got if he hopes to gain a measure of competitive revenge over the man who bested him at the previous World Championships in Belgrade at the back end of 2021. 2 rounds completed. He has conceded both of them 10-9 across the board. But he will continue to press, and Mouhiidine will know that he is there. He's tried to flash a grin and look over his shoulder on occasion, just trying to play some mind games. It's not disrespect, it's trying to dispirit the opponent and make him think that no matter what he tries, then Mouhiidine will have the answer. But Manasyan is proving a very difficult man to deter. He keeps on pressing, and of course, not just the gold medal glory is the potential prize that awaits the victor. It's a considerable prize fund as well. Bronze medalists each receive $50,000 US. You make it through to the final, it's $100,000 US for the silver medalist and $200,000 US for the gold medalist. A doubling of the prize fund available at IBA World Boxing Championships compared to that which was on offer in Belgrade at the Stark Arena 2 years ago. So Mouhiidine just content to engage in a clinch there, because again, during the time when the referee has to pry them apart, then issue some instructions to Manasyan, the clock continues to tick, but again he really is stepping on the gas and quickening his feet in a bid to close the distance. But this is wonderful bout management being produced by Mouhiidine. Again, making sure that a gap is maintained between the two of them. And each time the referee intervenes and puts them beyond punching range, Manasyan has to overcome that inertia once again, get his rhythm regained, get back on the front foot, try to bustle his way forwards and get into his own punching territory. But Mouhiidine, with movement like that, is a very difficult man to close the distance against. Terrific display being produced, and such are the exertions of Manasyan that his mouthpiece has been dislodged as he was exhaling whilst letting a shot go. Closing seconds of this 3rd and final round. And Manasyan, well, he's had a brief respite, as has Mouhiidine, but Manasyan has got to go in search of the finishing combination here. That is the only way he's going to have his hand raised as the victor. Good left hook landed by Manasyan, but Mouhiidine keeping his composure and will just continue to clinch. Remember, these are big guys up at 92 kilograms, and it took a fair amount of separating to get them back beyond punching range. And again, looking over his shoulder while getting up on his toes, because Aziz Abbes Mouhiidine has earned a repeat victory over Narek Manasyan at the semi-final stage of the 2023 World Championships, and he will be going through to contest World Championship gold for the 2nd consecutive edition of the global event here in Tashkent 2023. Narek Manasyan deserves immense credit for the performance that he put forth. Never stopped competing, never stopped pressing. But the European Championship bronze medalist has been bested here. It will be Aziz Abbes Mouhiidine who is going through to contest World Championship gold. Let's get the official particulars from our MC Rishi Panika.
Ladies and gentlemen, your final concluding bout here at your IBA World Boxing Championship semi-finals in session number 20. Bout number 500 comes to a close after the 3 3-minute rounds in a men's elite heavyweight matchup. All your judges see the same way, ruling in favor of your winner by points, declared by unanimous decision. To the corner, for Midley, it's Aziz Mouhiidine.
Well, that is what it means to Aziz Abbes Mouhiidine, exclaiming in triumph at having been declared a unanimous points decision victor over his familiar rival Narek Manasyan of Armenia. Manasyan comes away with a magnificent World Championship bronze. A considerable improvement put forth by the tournament number 7 seed and World European Championship bronze medalist from his first round elimination at the hands of this man 2 years ago in Belgrade. But for Mouhiidine, it is a case of deja vu. In his second World Championships, for a consecutive time, he is going through to contest championship gold, where he will face off against Muslim Gajimagomedov. What a contest that promises to be. So that is 500 bouts completed here at Tashkent 2023. Session number 20 is in the books, and we will return back on air here at the Humo Arena at 6 p.m. local time for another 12 scheduled contests to determine who will go through to contest World Championship gold at flyweight, featherweight, light welterweight, light middleweight, light heavyweight, and super heavyweight. That action to come, 6 p.m. local time. Barely a time to catch your breath, so make sure you get refreshed, take a restroom break, and join us once again for more action